Hello, I'm BJ from Hearns Hobbies, and I'll be unboxing this little kit today. There's actually two kits in this box. This is a Platz 1/144 scale P-51D Mustang. Now these little kits are actually quite popular now. Very small in scale, but they have plenty of detail. And once we open that up, you'll be able to see all that. Look at that beautiful box art there. Okay, so we've got P-51D Mustang, the 5th Air Force, 1/144 scale. So it's going to be small with a wingspan like so, which is about 4 or 5 centimeters or a couple of inches. We have here, you can see this Platz, and the decals are all printed by Cartograf in Italy. And as we know, Cartograf do print the best decals, nice and thin. And here we see you get two. So it's a 2 aircraft set. That's quite common for the 1/144 scale kits to come out like that. It's Sweet and Platz, and I think Edward have had some before, although you can get single aircraft from them as well. So on the back of here, we can see the different schemes that are offered. We've got A, B, C, and D. There's 4 different schemes, and these are quite late war schemes. So we've got 118th TAC Recon, which is in Luzon 45. We've got Okinawa, Luzon 45 again, and Luzon 45. And you've got some really nice nose art on each of them. All right, let's have a look inside and see what it's all about. So as we open it up, all right, so we've got the kit and the decals, and then there'll be a manual in here somewhere as well. There we go, there's a manual. All right, so let's put those aside and let's have a look at the plastic bits. So there are 2 identical sprue inside for your 2 different aircraft, and then there's 2 sets of canopies there as well. All right, let me open this. It's from here. And we'll have a closer look at the details, which are pretty good. All right, as you can see here, we've got 2 sprues, they're identical. So we'll just look at the one. And the whole aircraft on one set of sprue. But even so, I mean, a small aircraft, as you can appreciate, won't need so many bits. You can see the way it's been engineered to actually resemble that of a, well, I guess it goes together like a bigger kit. So I've actually got cutouts here for the wheel wells. You've got the individual undercarriage doors. You've got the tyres with the undercarriage there as well. Let's get in really tight. Let's have a close look. And I'm going to try and focus in on all that really fine panel detail. Let's look at this one here. That's the right way up. Look at all that fine detail along the cowling. Got all the fine little engraved panel lines all the way throughout here, but also on the wings is really impressive. Let's see if I can get that reflection right. You can see all that detail there, and then also the bottom as well. You can see how clean everything is, and it's really important. The smaller you go, the cleaner the molds are. Because as you can appreciate, the smaller it is, it's harder to clean things up. But look at that, you've even got the shell ejection holes. And then as we get further here, what do we have? We've got these would be the props. Got an antenna, some drop tanks, 2 sides. Got the horizontal stabilizers, and again they've got some really nice surface detail. That bit there is the, I think that's an air intake. You got the spinner. We've got the undercarriage doors. And then we've got the cockpit. Okay, so there's a vent opening for the that huge air intake on the front. You've got the seat. I mean, just look at that fine detail just on that tail wheel. That's extraordinary. And then also the main gear there as well. And if we spin it around, you see all that wheel detail. On the inside of the fuselage, everything looks a bit chunkier. You can appreciate the cockpit being so small is not going to have a lot of detail, but at least it's got a seat. And there are some people that do a lot of scratch putting there, Kobe included. Kobe loves that. But then as we see the bottom of the undercarriage doors, well, they have detail too. So there's a surprising amount of detail on this little tiny kit. A few injection marks there. They won't be visible, so it's okay. Other side of the horizontal stabilizers. And then we have the locating points. So that'll be the points for the undercarriage. And there's the wing section there. Okay, so that's all the plastic parts. And that's pretty impressive already. Okay, so there you go. So you get two of these. So you can do two aircraft. We've got the clear parts here, which are probably going to be pretty hard to see. Now there's actually two canopies. So there's a 1 and a 2. As you can see, there's 1 and 2. There's a slight difference in shape, I'd say. Can't really see from here. I'm trying to look at the magnification in the lens, but it's a bit hard. But you can see there's two sets of sprues for each of the aircraft. I'm sure the manual will clarify which one's which. And then we have our decals. Beautifully printed by Cartograf. Actually, this way around. Now, I'm not going to be opening those up. Sounds like I've got a big rat upstairs rolling around. We've got like invasion stripes here. Some nose art. But then look at all these really tiny stencils. And even just little stencils will add so much detail to this tiny little kit. And if you've seen some of Kobe's work already, it's amazing how much detail this little thing can produce. Really sharp printing, as ought to be expected from Cartograf. So that's really nice. All right, let's have a look at the manual. There's your manual. So a manual, of course, is going to be pretty simple as well. Let's just pull that out a bit to fit it in. There we go. So this is going to fold out like so. And that's pretty much the entire construction of this P-51. And I don't normally zoom in on manuals, but I think I'll have to on this one, just so I can see what's going on. Okay, so we've got a legend of all the parts, A sprue, which is all the aircraft, G for the clear glass bits, 2 of them, and then a sheet of decals. All right, so let's go to step 1. So step 1 is construction of interior, so seat and radio and such. It's all sandwiched together, and then you see there's a prop shaft there as well, and the horizontal stabilizers. So as we go, there's painting instructions there as well. So interior is a green zinc chromate, which is a yellowy green, the primer. Step 2 is building of the wings. So you've got the options of opening up those holes if you want the drop tanks, or if you don't want them, just leave those sealed up. So you've got the top sections of the wings going on the base. Part 3 are the little bits and pieces. So you got the drop tanks, if you're going to be using those. Where the main landing gear, and painting instructions as well. The propeller, and like such. So then we go on to part 4, which is joining the wings to the fuselage. As you can see there's the intake. Option for the drop tanks. part 5 is the painting and the decals, which is on the other side. And then part 6 is putting on all the rest of the bits, all the loose bits. So drop tanks, undercarriage doors, tail wheel, little flap there. And then we've got the propeller, the exhaust, and then the canopy, which is part number 1. And there's a little mast for the antenna. And that's it. And then on the back, we have a color printout of all the different markings. So you've got 4 different versions, and then all these are all the stencils. So the stencils here would be used on every version. But I think it's a great idea. You get 2 kits, and then you can do quite different markings. 2 very different looking aircraft, although it's the same aircraft. So there we go. There is my unboxing of the Platz 1-144 P-51D Mustang. You get 2 in the kit, and it looks really great. Really nice detail. So thank you for joining me for this unboxing. If you like this video, please give me a like. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more content like this, think about subscribing. So thank you.